I'd like to dedicate the shir Louis Nishmas Moshe ben Mordechai Halevi. I'd like to learn together one very famous medrash, one very famous Mamar Chazal in connection with Purim, raise one fundamental question with different aspects on this medrash, and then try to be able to get a mahalach into answering this question, and thereby trying to get a deeper understanding of what Purim is about and its avoda for our lives. The medrash is found in the Gemara in Shabbos in source number 1 on the pasuk where Klal Yisrael Mamad Har Sinai, it states Vayatzvu b'tachti sahar, and they stood at the bottom of the mountain. So Chazal understand b'tachti sahar can be literally underneath the mountain, and Chazal teach us Kaf alem har kegigis. Hashem Kivyochol hung the mountain over Klal Yisrael's head and coerced them into accepting the Torah. That if they refused to accept the Torah, this is where they were going to die. So on this you may argue, well, if we were coerced to accepting the Torah, then how are we held responsible? So Rava explains, and this is at the end of this Gemara, that in the later time, they accepted it again during the time of Achashverosh, when they did so voluntarily. And this is described by the words in the Megillah, Kimu v'kiblu Yehudim aleim v'alzara. The Jewish people, Kimu v'kiblu, they re-accepted the Torah which they had accepted at Mamad Har Sinai. And now they accepted it, as Rashi notes, they accepted it from the love of the miracle that happened in the story of Purim. They re-accepted the Torah. So what we find here is that when Klal Yisrael stood at Mamad Har Sinai, and we've seen that even when they said Nasav and Ishra, which we spoke about a number of years ago, even when they said we're ready to do, somehow that was under coercion. Whether, as we note in source number 2, the experience itself was one of such overwhelming clarity of a Kadosh Baruch Hu's presence, that was the acceptance. Or however you want to explain this dichotomy, at Har Sinai, there was a certain type of coercion that Klal Yisrael were forced into accepting the Torah. And when did Klal Yisrael accept the Torah b'ratzon, out of desire? They accepted it in the times of Mordechai and Esther. From what? So Rashi explains to me, when they saw much Hashem loves them with a miracle that He did. So as many people, but they all Moshe asked this question in source number 3. V'amnam tzarich biyur, ve'ech yitachen shedor midbar dor deya, shaya b'mamad Har Sinai, v'kulam ro v'kol anisim shenasu lahem b'mitzrayim v'layam. How is it possible that they didn't accept the Torah out of Ratzon? If you want to tell me that what was the overarching reason that the times of Achashverosh they accepted it willingly was because they saw the miracle that God performed for them, then I say to you, well, you want miracles? Take a look at Kriyas Yamsuf. Take a look at Yitzhak Mitzrayim. Take a look at the man. Take a look at Amalek. Take a look at all these, the Be'er. So much things happen. You mean to tell me that all of this wasn't impressive enough, that for those miracles they didn't accept it voluntarily, with love, and only in the time of Achashverosh they accept it with love? It seems hard to understand. So our question is, if we're going to rephrase it, what was special about the experience of the miracle of Purim, that it was this experience that prompted Klal Yisrael to have a re-acceptance of the Torah and a re-acceptance out of love? Our secondary questions in this is, if you want to tell me that it was coerced at Mamad Har Sinai and then re-accepted by Purim, so my question, which would be like 1B, is, you mean to tell me that this entire period of time between the giving of the Torah and Achashverosh and the time of Mordechai and Esther, they hadn't accepted b'ratzon? No miracles happened in the meantime that would have prompted them to accept it? Like, it seems strange that literally hundreds of years have gone by. By Rishon it was destroyed. I mean, so many years. Shiloh 300 years. Which I mean, over 800 years have gone by, and this whole time they didn't accept it b'ratzon. And the second issue we have to understand is, what does it mean if Purim is a day of Kimu v'Kiblu, it's a day of Kabbalah Satorah, so in what way does that affect us in our avoda of the day of Purim? So that's what I'd like to try to analyze. What is this Kimu V'Kiblu? What was so special about the experience of Purim? Before we even begin our study, I'd like to share a fascinating introduction from the Leket Imre Kodesh on Moadim in source number 4, the Belzer Rebbe, where he says that if you take a look at the Purim story and the halachos really of the Purim that come out of the Purim story, we find that they're very much about Kabbalah Satorah. So we're almost going to answer our last question. We'll touch on it first and then end with it as well, Amir Tashem. He says, he quotes here from the Sefer Tur Bareket, who teaches us an Inyan Chadash Remesh Latanis Esther. And I'll be honest with you, I had never seen this idea before. It was very exciting. There are many reasons for Tanis Esther. The Jews fasted when they fought. It reminds us of the 3-day fast of that they had over Pesach. There are many ideas of Tanis Esther. This is a fascinating one. He brings from the Pirkei Rabbi Eliezer that the Jewish people fasted